What's going on, everyone? I am Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics. Welcome to another live stream. In today's video, we're going to be hanging out talking about all the new San Diego Comic-Con news, talk about comics this week, and just hang out. Hopefully, everyone is having a great day. It's a beautiful day here in Kansas. Played some basketball, played some golf, hung out with my daughter. It was a good day. It was a really good day. Before we get any further, though, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and consider joining the Burke fam. Thank you to the channel members. We have Dale, Sector 2815, Circumstances, Beckerman, Legion of Comics, Jade Q, Adrian Panelson 316, MSG Comics, the Comic Viking, Carlito Classico, and Oregon Wine. If you guys want to support the channel, click the join button below, and so you guys can be shouted out like all of these Burke fam members. Thank you also to the amazing people over at the 616comics.com. Check out their website for exclusive comics, regular variants, and more. Check out the 616comics.com. Really quickly, say hi to everyone, and then we'll get going here. I have a pretty decent show lined up. I actually did some editing to hopefully get some things going here pretty good. Zeal, however you want to say it. Pop Static, what's going on, brother? Cliff, hello. How you doing, man? Where's my name? Dude, I need to add you. I need to add you. You are 100% right. I need to add you to that. You know what? I'll do it during the show today. I do love you so much. It's been a minute since I've updated that. I need to do that. I need to do that. I'm so sorry about that. Mike, that will be fixed ASAP. I apologize. Okay, we're going to get into today's show here. We have some Sdcc news, and here we go. If I can click the right button. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right. So, comic news today, Monday, July 29th, 2024. We got a new Marvel logo that was seen at San Diego Comic-Con. It has Deadpool on it, Wolverine, Miles Morales, a bunch of characters from the X-Men 97 series, and more. Let's get right into it. So Deadpool Wolverine opened to $438 million. It is the biggest opening ever for an R-rated film. Biggest opening of the year. I would expect this movie to definitely surpass $1 billion at the box office. Without any like super spoilers, I'm going to give you my review, which I gave on a YouTube short. A lot of people did not agree with me, and I'll talk about that. I gave it a 9 out of 10. It was a really fun movie. Had a lot of cameos. I expected some of them. Some of them I was pretty shocked with. I'm not going to get into any of those, but I was pretty shocked with how they were able to keep a lot of those under wraps. And it was a good, fun movie. Now, having said that, did it have the best story? No. But I mean, if you're Deadpool, you don't have to have the best story to have a good movie, right? You can have a lot of good jokes, good action, and still make it a fun movie. Now, I will say that this might have been, I don't know why this is shaking. This might have been one of the best third movies in a trilogy that I've ever seen. Now, there's been a lot of really good movies overall, comic book wise, but I feel like a lot of the third movies kind of lack a little bit, and this one did not. Like it was a lot of fun, but like I said, it did not have the best story. Now, I had a lot of people that were saying to me, 10 out of 10 movie, why'd you give it a 9 out of 10? I had someone call me a boomer for saying that the Batman The Dark Knight had a better intro scene than Deadpool and Wolverine. They're completely different films. I get that, both comic book films. But I think, I don't know if there is a better opening scene in a comic book movie than Batman The Dark Knight. Now, I am slightly biased because I'm a DC fan. I love Batman. and I grew up watching the Batman films. MCU is great. I love a lot of the Marvel movies. It has a different tone. Deadpool Wolverine has its own tone, but I had a little bit of problem with the story overall. But it was still a fun movie. Like I went to the movies thinking I was going to have a good time, see some action, um, and it hit everything I thought it would. Story wise is where it lacked. Other comic book movies I think are better. Just off the top of my head, I can name three that are severely better. Batman: The Dark Knight, obviously. Into the Spider Verse, and the original Ninja Turtles, and Captain America: The Winter Soldier. All way better films. The story is better in those. Now, I had some person say, how can you compare movies? It's like apples to oranges because it's an ensemble film. Well, we're talking about ensembles. Captain America: The Winter Soldier had a ton of people in it. The Avengers movie, I think, is better. Had a lot of people in it as well. So that's not really something that I would like entertain. It's different movies. Great movie, really fun movie. Not the best story, still a fun experience. So that is my review of the movie. I still think it's a very fun movie. Hopefully everyone goes to see it. It looks like everyone will. I think it's going to be over $1 billion. Like I said, hey, we have a new channel member, Flash 6792. What's going on, brother? Thank you, Berto. Thank you for joining the Burke fam. We'll get you added to the graphic along with my good friend Mike V. I do love you, sir. I'll get you added. That is my fault. If Inside Out 2 can make 1.5 billion, this one will definitely make $1 billion. Yeah, I agree 100%. Now I went to go see Inside Out 2. A lot of people liked it. I didn't think it was the best movie. And now typically I'm a person that enjoys everything, and I do. I mean, the new TMNT movie is severely, severely better than Inside Out 2. Different genres, still kids movies, still animated. Maybe I'm biased, big TMNT fan, but I don't know. But thank you again to Berto for joining the Burke fan. Lots of fan service and nostalgia in that movie. Yes, I would consider Deadpool and Wolverine the fan service. Was definitely over quality, right? Obviously, it reminded me a lot of the Tom Holland third Spider-Man movie. A lot of nostalgia in there, a lot of fan service. Maybe not the best story, but I feel like that's where Marvel is headed, and we're going to talk about that next. My wife, daughter, and sister seen Inside Out 2, while I went and seen Deadpool. Okay, I saw both. I went obviously the opening weekend to see Inside Out 2 with my daughter. But what did your family think of Inside Out 2? And what did you think of Deadpool? I think you said you liked it. I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it. Not the best film, but it's an enjoyable, fun experience, right? Like, I don't know if I'd ever need to see that movie again. But, I don't know. It's a fun movie. It's a fun movie, not the best story. And that's okay. Like, you can get that from the Godzilla, King Kong movies. I got that from Thor 4. Really funny experience. Not the best film. And there's a lot of comedies like that. And like, this is branded as a comedy, right? Even though it is a superhero movie. A lot of fan service in there. Cameos, wild, very fun. Action, great. Great opening sequence. Not the best. Very good. Not the best. So I don't know. Good movie. Not great. What's going on? How you doing? I don't know. Yes. Yes. Same. Yeah. Same. Okay. The next biggest thing to come out this past weekend was Robert Downey Jr., former Tony Stark, Iron Man actor, is coming back to the MCU as Doctor Doom. I don't know if I've heard that big of an ovation at a like Comic Con. I wasn't there, but from the videos, I have not seen an ovation like that maybe ever. Like it was crazy. Like all the videos, it was crazy. Like maybe the only thing I can think of that might rival that would have been when Zack Snyder was reading off that I think it was the line. It was like, "Tell me, do you bleed?" When he's talking about Batman versus Superman, like everyone went nuts about that, right? Like that's the only other thing that I can think of that might rival that. But still, like this is huge, huge, huge news. Now, here's what I want to say, and we're going to get into this more in the next slide. What's going on, Carlito? What's up, dude? Um, I think Kevin Feige and the MCU and Disney in general have figured out their pitfalls over the last 5 years since Endgame. There's been some good and some bad and some ugly, right? And I think they realize, what is missing. Like, how do we make a Marvel Cinematic Universe without Tony Stark? How do we make it really without Steve Rogers, Captain America, right? They've existed so Thor, but a lot of the stuff they're putting out, how do I say this in the most politically correct way? They were going for headlines instead of making good movies. They're putting out shows and movies of characters that people do not care about, and they were not doing quality work while doing it. They were trying to expand the universe too much instead of tell great stories. Eternals, terrible movie, right? I did not like the Kamala Khan show at all. There was a ton of shows I didn't like. I feel like they were trying to expand the universe too much instead of go back to what was working. And I think they figured that out. Like, okay, well, if everyone liked Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, why don't we bring him back in a different way as we are exploring this multiverse? And I feel like bringing him back as Doctor Doom is definitely going to re-energize the MCU fans, which obviously, like I said, they got the biggest applause that I've ever seen on a video at a Comic-Con. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. And I applaud them for going back to the basics, going back to what works. I think it took them too long to figure that out. But I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. Now, obviously, a lot of people still like the Marvels movie. They still like a lot of the other stuff that I don't think was very good, right? Like, I haven't even seen a couple Marvel things that have been put out. I didn't go see the movies. I didn't go see Doctor Strange 2 or 3, whatever movie it was that came out. I didn't go see a bunch of the movies that came out because they just didn't look interesting to me. And I'm a comic book fan. So if I'm not going to go see them, no one else will as well. I couldn't even make it all the way through Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Now, I've heard a lot of other people say that was a good film. It didn't click with me. Like, I'm a big believer in James Gunn and what he's going to do for the DC universe. I was checked out of the Marvel universe with all the terrible shows and movies they've been putting out. And I couldn't do it. Like, I started watching a movie and I'm just like, I'm bored. These jokes aren't funny. There's nothing interesting about this. So, okay, let's see here. Let me go up. Okay, well, that's your personal opinion. I'm a big Boom Studios and IDW fan for TMNT and Power Rangers. I hope he's a good Doom as he was an Iron Man. Weird, make a non-identity politics, non-gender swapping movie with a great story and iconic characters, and the people love it. Brilliant. 1 billion movie. LOL, duh. Hot take. I think Robert Downey Jr. as Doom isn't a terrible choice, but I hope it's just for Doomsday and Secret Wars. Like, they should establish that this isn't the main MCU Doctor Doom moving forward. Interesting. I think this will be the only Doctor Doom. I think that's what they're going with. We'll see. I'm kind of on a fence still on how I feel about it because he's Iron Man hands down, but let's see if this works for Marvel. Right. I tweeted out there the line from Batman, which I got called a boomer for, right? Like, everyone said that movie makes me a boomer. The greatest comic book film of all time is still Batman: The Dark Knight. Anyways, in that film, Harvey Dent says, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And that is what everyone's been tweeting out, getting lots of likes. Mine didn't get a ton of likes, but other ones with lots of followers did. So, and that's, I mean, it's true. We're like, he died a hero, but now he's coming back as a villain. So, like if Robert Downey Jr. announces he'll be playing Doom for the foreseeable future, I might have to tap out. It would be jumping the shark, in my opinion, if he stays on as Doom. Honestly, I feel like he's going to come in for 1 or 2 movies, maybe 3, and be done. I don't know. I heard an interesting theory today that Pedro's Reed destroys the alternate universe to defeat Galactus, and they escape to the 616, and Robert Downey Jr.'s follows them there. I could dig it. You know, I that's not the first time I've read that today. That is not the first time I've read that. So, okay. Robert Downey Jr. returns to the MCU as Doctor Doom. They also announced Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars coming out in 2 years and 3 years, May 2026 for Avengers Doomsday, May 2027 for Secret Wars. I feel like Marvel always does this where they put out like, this is the timeline. These are the movies coming out. And it all changes. Always changes. Like, I don't expect either of these movies to come out the month that they say they do, 2 years and 3 years from now. I just don't, right? I can see the names change as well. How many times did Deadpool 3's names change? How many times did Agatha All Along change? How many times did all those other Captain America, Brave New World, how many times did that name change? I could see another name change. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not. I know they've been trying to get the Secret Wars for a long time, and I know obviously Doctor Doom with RDJ coming back. Maybe that's why they want to keep it there. Now, there's been a debate. Who gets to use a Doomsday name? Marvel, using it here in Avengers, or DC, with one of their biggest villains being Doomsday? I think they're both going to use it, right? Like, obviously, Doomsday was a villain that killed Superman. He was in Batman versus Superman. He is currently in the TV show. Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like James Gunn might look at that and be like, okay, well, if we had plans on using Doomsday, we need to wait a long time, which I don't know if they'd use him anytime soon anyways, because I feel like he's been cycled through quite a bit. We've seen Superman die quite a bit. So I feel like they need to see other things, which, by the way, we'll talk about DC coming up. All of my DC shorts, all the Superman movie stuff, is my highest viewed shorts of anything, right? Every single one of my highest shorts are all DC related. Speaking of which, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, more of DC, the Superman merch came out today. Everything on the Superman movie merch, everything, sold out in 2 hours. Everything. Started with the blue shirts with the new Superman logo. That sold out quickly. Everything else sold out in 2 hours. Wild. But again, back to Marvel here, because Marvel, they've been putting out a ton of stuff, a ton of information and a ton of movie stuff. This is their weekend, right? They're the Hall H crew, right? This is what they do, right? With all that Disney big money. Avengers Doomsday coming out 2 years. Secret Wars coming out in 3 years. Now there is without getting too spoilery, there is something in Deadpool Wolverine that maybe we will see in one of these movies. If you know, you know. Okay, getting back to some more MCU news. We got our first look at the Fantastic Four this past weekend. They were on stage. Joseph Quinn, Pedro Pascal, the guy from, I think it's from the Punisher TV show. He's also from The Bear. And then I forgot the lady's name. She's going to play Sue Storm. We got a clip from the movie. We also got the name of the movie, First Steps. This is not an origin movie. I feel like they're going to do a lot like they did with Spider-Man. We don't need the origin. We know what it is. Let's just get right into the first year or so of them with their powers, which I believe is what is happening here. In the clip that was shown, they have Pedro Pascal, Reed Richards teaching a class, and then Galactus, huge, is looking through the windows. Now you see one eye here and about 10 windows over, his other eye. Like, this is a massive being. Obviously, Galactus is known for being really large, so we'll see what they do. I still don't think Pedro Pascal is the best person to play Reed Richards, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know what to think. This is a really, really, really interesting group of people playing who they're playing in the movie. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Let me go back here. There's some things that I missed. Oh my gosh, I need to go back. Here we go. I think the incursion that should happen, Secret Wars, will be a reboot point for the MCU, brings back an Ultimate Universe potential, and opens a door for the fully expanded universe. And I wish DC could do that with their Crisis on Infinite Earths. But, I mean, I feel like with the whole animated movies they had coming out, and the CW verse, I feel like the CW verse was like, it was fun, but it also kind of ruined what they could do in a DC universe going forward with the multiverse. I don't know. I kind of want the opposite to happen. Say after Secret Wars, the 616 universe ends and we pick up in a Fantastic Fours universe and we have all the Marvel heroes popping up again. Yeah, I can see it. Hot take: stop with the MCU shows. Nobody cares anymore. I didn't watch Echo, right? I'm not gonna watch Agatha. I feel like Marvel needs to do more like one shots. Like, here's like an hour movie, 45-minute show movie, maybe hour and 20, right? Like what they did with the Swamp Thing ripoff, Man Thing. That was fun. That was a fun little 50-minute little thing. Like that was cool. Like Cap gets unfrozen, Tony builds his armor, mutants appear, X-Men form. Yeah, so I mean, I know that's, I think I saw it on YouTube somewhere, that in the Marvel's movie after credits scene, we saw Beast in there. That's like the first time we've seen an X-Men, really. So also, where's Namor been? Like, are they abandoning that character too? What's going on? Because he's like the OG mutant, right? We love the old MCU. We leave the old MCU behind, all the baggage of the past years, and we give it to a great send-off in Secret Wars and we pick up in a new universe with a Fantastic Forecast. I would not mind that. I still feel like they don't know. Like, I'll be honest, the fact that we haven't seen like hardly any X-Men news, like at all, no casting, no movies, nothing, makes me think they have no idea what they're doing at the X-Men at this point. No idea. They want to focus on the show. They want to focus on the established characters they have. And maybe, like you said, after the Secret Wars, maybe that's when they start tapping into the X-Men stuff. I don't know. I think these will be the swan song for the Avengers franchise. I like that. I have Pedro Pascal fatigue, bro. Yeah. I get that. I get it. I can see them pulling an Incredible Hulk with the Fantastic Four first steps and have the opening credits sequence that tell the origin story. Yeah, I like it. What up, Chris? How you doing, man? You know, that is true. That they're going to announce more D23 stuff. But yeah, I agree. There's not going to be any X-Men stuff until after Secret Wars. Okay, quickly, Thunderbolt stuff is still moving forward. I don't think this movie is going to do that well. It's another one of those movies that, like, they have all these different characters that people really don't care about. Like, hey, let's make a film. I don't see that doing too well. It's not going to do even half of what Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine do. But maybe so. Maybe I don't know. I mean, if you just look at every character, they're all like side characters, right? Like almost every one of them. But this would be a good little team up movie show, like I talked about. Like, I feel like Disney needs to do more of those little 50-minute, hour-long little show TV movie thingies. I don't see this movie doing very well at the box office. I don't. I feel like they're like, man, we have all these characters under contract. Let's make a movie. Let's make a movie. I don't know. I mean, we got Red Guardian in there, Winter Soldier, um, Ghost, like John Walker. I mean, who cares? Who cares, man? Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna see it. Okay. DC Studios launched a new logo. It's like a new old logo. Back in the 70s through like the early 2000s, they had this logo. It was black though, and I think James Gunn and Peter Safran wanted that as a logo because that's what they grew up with, and they decided to just go with it. And I think they announced that they're gonna have a new logo like on Thursday or Friday. Like news started leaking, and then we got the new intro, which is like 5 seconds long. Superman here breaking out of the chains, the original Superman here breaking out of the chains, and then does like a whole animation where it flips, and the circle becomes this circle, and the studio's name pops up. So cool. Like I said earlier, DC is very light on their news right now. There's like, I mean, we just got the announcement of that like Creature Commandos animated show, which looks absolutely booty to me. Like it looks bad. It looks really bad. But we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I'm into the whole animated stuff right now. Like I really am. Like the whole. I should have put it on here. I did not. We get the Batman Caped Crusader coming to Prime this week. I think on Thursday. So, and it's already getting 5-star reviews, 100% Rotten Tomatoes. Pretty excited about it. I know that they've changed the gender. If people can say that they changed the gender. For Cobblepot, Penguin is now a woman in the Caped Crusader series. But I'm excited for it. I really am. Like everything I've seen, it's all positive, which it's kind of refreshing for DC. As a DC fan, typically you'll see a lot of negative stuff, but it's kind of nice to see that not everything's negative. So I'm pretty excited about that, considering the Superman, My Adventures with Superman, that show just ended, the season 2, phenomenal. Like I know a lot of people don't like the anime style, and I get it. I'm not a huge fan of it either, but I think both seasons have been really good. The stories have been great. It's been refreshing how fun it is. So I'm excited for that. And with the news with that is also Supergirl is going to return for season 3, and they're going to bring in Superboy. So that is another little thing that DC has put out there. Because, like I said, DC's been light on news lately. We haven't got any little things from the Superman movie in a while, which is kind of nice because I felt like it was like Superman stuff every day for like 2 weeks. It feels like it was like ruining like all the cameo stuff. But I don't know. I'm still excited. DC fan, man. I'm still excited. So we'll see. We will see. Let's see here. I love the bullet logo. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's coming out like November, I believe. Sony's Venom 3. I don't know why those movies do well. I'll be honest. Like that, not good films, but people go to see them. So I guess that tells you how big of a character Venom is, even though it's like a Spider-Man side character. I mean they recasted Rhodey. They recasted Thaddeus Ross. They recasted a ton of people. I feel like to save face, they had to not recast T'Challa because they were already working on Black Panther 2, which was a swan song to him. I didn't think that movie was that good, I'll be honest. But, there's a lot of things that people like. And what's interesting is how many things that like I don't like that people like, and how many things that people like that I do not like. It's very interesting. Like that dynamic of like shows, like for instance, Stargirl, terrible show. I think it's terrible. Everyone else thinks it's amazing. Like I didn't. I watched the first 2 episodes. I'm like, I'm out, man. This is not good, right? And a lot of other people, like, I put up my review of the Creature Commandos show coming out. I'm like, man, this looks like booty, and everyone else is like, what? This looks so good. So I don't know. It's really interesting. But what I will say is that I'm not the only one that thinks that season 4 of The Boys was pretty lackluster. It was pretty bad compared to the previous 3, where it was all fun and new and exciting and new characters and new storylines. Season 4 felt like just rehashing of the old stuff. It really did. That's off topic, but yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying there, Carlito. I mean, we're gonna get like symbiote horse, symbiote, however you want to say it. When are we gonna get? When are we gonna get the god of symbiotes? When are we gonna get that guy? Well, I wouldn't, disagree. Hey, what's up, dude? I wore your shirt for the Tulsa comic swap to see Deadpool and Wolverine because it has Wolverine on the front, So the only shirt I had, it had Wolverine on it. So I wore it to the movies. What's going on? Yeah. Okay, let's get into the comics this week. We have some new comics coming out this week. I'll be honest, it feels like, for me personally, feels like a pretty light week, but maybe not for everyone else. Let's pull it up right now. And I use League of Comic Geeks, which has a ton of ads, so I apologize for that. Ultimate Spider-Man number 7, Spider-Man 54, which I have to ask, who's writing this right now? Is it good? Is it a good, book? Because for the longest time, when Nick Spencer was on there, like, it wasn't good, right? But Zeb Wells is writing it right now. Is it a good book? It's a pretty sick looking cover. Like I said, ads galore on this site. Is it a good book? I really want to know. We can go through all the covers here. That's a sick cover. That's a 1 of 50 Gabriel Del Otto. With a Deadpool and Spider-Man one. Cool. A little anime style. I think Mark is reading that. Mark is reading everything. It feels like. I don't know how he has time. I really don't. I have to read myself once every couple of months because actually I just got done talking to Paul today. He sent me some photos. It took a long time to get the photos going because of the whole Facebook fiasco. No longer on Facebook as of right now. That whole situation's ongoing. Photos weren't coming through on my phone because I have an iPhone. He does not. Emails weren't going through. Finally figured it out. And I sent him my list for this week. Very light week for me. Should get my books here in another week or two. So, Saga 67, FF 22. That's a pretty sick cover. I'm not going to lie. Another Blood Hunt title. It's a pretty sick cover. Oh, I like that. Deadpool Wolverine movie cover. Immortal Thor 13. Spawn 355. Look, I'm not reading any of this top here. Blood Hunt 5, Blood Hunt Red Band Edition 5. So it's $1 more. I'm assuming it's like more R-rated. Maybe extra pages, panels, more bloody. I don't know what that means. The Department of True 24. That's still going on. Interesting. We do have an X-Force number 1 coming out this week. They do mention X-Force in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. It's a pretty sick cover for being a cover A. That's pretty sick. Oh, is that Clayton Crane? Is that Clayton Crane? It's a 1 in 100 Clayton Crane Virgin. A Forge. Nice. Yeah, I dig anything Clayton Crane. In fact, I have little Clayton Crane right here. Oh, a little more Clayton Crane right here. I need to clean up my desk. Shoot. Yeah, I like it. I do like that. I bet it sold out quickly on his website. I mean, he is so popular. He doesn't even need to like do. This is Scotty Young cover. I like that too. He doesn't even need to like do like an exclusive with like, I don't know, Unknown Comics or whatever. Like he can just sell it out of his website and sell out and make all the money. So X-Force #1. Yeah, I'm not surprised. What else is coming out? House of Slaughter 25. That book is still going on. Ghost Spider, Spider-Gwen #3. I am reading Absolute Power Task Force 7 #3. That is on my poll for the week. I'm getting all the Absolute Power books, which I'm sure in like 2 months, 3 months, whatever, I'm going to be regretting, why did I buy all these books? Helverine, Midnight Suns Blood Hunt #3. Spider-Man Shadow of the Green Goblin #4. Red Hood The Hill #6. X-Men Heir of Apocalypse #4. Stop me if you guys see anything cool. So far, I'm really not. Hey, this is a pretty cool cover, though. Star Wars Darth Maul, Black, White, and Red. Like, everyone is doing, like, this whole, like, Black, White, and Red, Black, White, and Blood, Black, White, and Green, Red, White, and Blue for Superman. Like, let's just do everything in just, like, 3 colors. Three marker challenge, guys. 3 marker challenge. If you guys don't know what that is, like there was like these kids YouTube videos where they're talking about making like you cover your eyes and you get 3 markers and you have to color something with just those 3 markers. So my daughter and I, of course, have done that before where we've drawn stuff with only 3 markers. Anyways, Grim 19, Captain Marvel 10, Black Widow Venomous #1. Ooh, that's interesting. I like that cover. That's a pretty cool A cover, I'm not going to lie. Derek Chu, 1 in 50. Nice. And Hook Lee. It's like everything Deadpool right now with the movie coming out. They're trying to, capitalize on that. Good for them. Sonic the Hedgehog 71. That looks like Shadow on there. Marvel and Disney, what if Donald Duck became Wolverine? Come on, dude. No one's. Who's going to read that and pay $4.99? Wow. See? TMNT, Black, White, and Green, #3. I'm not going to go through everything else. I do want to highlight one other book as soon as there it is. The end of the current Power Rangers series is coming to an end this week. Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Darkest Hour #1. This book is not getting good reviews. For being the ending of the series, which they've already announced at San Diego Comic-Con, a whole new Power Rangers comic book line coming out in November. But this is the ending. I don't know, man. It's not getting good reviews. It's really not. We get the original 5 here, the Green Ranger, White Ranger here as well. I have access to read it. I'm going to wait because I haven't read the last couple, and I want to read them boom, boom, boom. That is among my haul for the week as well on the list that I sent to Paul from ABX Comics. Cover B. I don't know, man. I don't dig these cover C's. I really don't. Gotti Montez covers, they've kind of not been hitting for me. Now, the Sdcc covers, those hit. Those are fire. But the main ones I've been doing every single issue for like however many issues, not hitting with me, man. They're just not. That's a spoiler cover. I don't know what that means. Oh, hey, that's the. That almost looks like a Kevin Eastman, but it's not. What the? They look weird, man. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see what everyone's saying over here. It's morphin time. Always, dude. Oh, morphine time. Right. All these ads, man. All these ads. So I'm gonna go to the bottom. I'm gonna go up slowly. If anyone sees anything they're getting, let me know. But I'm only getting Power Rangers, Darkest Hour, #1, and Task Force 7, #3 from Absolute Power. Hey, there's the what that guy was talking about. Niobe Outbreak #2 from Antarctic Press, I think. I don't know if he's still around or not. I think he left. He's got to be one of these people. He's just got to be, right? So I haven't read it. I don't know anything about it. I'll be honest. I do feel like the indies, the stories are more. What's the right word to say this? Right way to say this. They are more refreshing. It's something you'd see on TV versus all the same recycled characters and storylines with DC and Marvel. Having said that, I mean those are the characters we know and love. I grew up watching Justice League Super Friends at nighttime, 9 o'clock Central every day, even though it was like 20 years later. I grew up watching that, and that's why I'm a DC fan. I did watch the X-Men series as well, but I mostly watched Batman the animated series as a kid, and then, like I said, the Justice League Super Friends show at nighttime from the 70s and 80s. So, hey, that looks cool. There is a Justice League of America facsimile coming out this week, which I thought about getting, but I don't need any more facsimiles. I just don't. So I'm going to pass. In fact, there's a bunch that I don't need that I currently have, like an FF #1. Like, who cares? DC, that's hard to get rid of those, right? Nottingham. I will say, okay, I read the Nottingham free comic book day issue like a couple years ago. It's actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. So for being like a Mad Cave indie like book, it was pretty good. I think we're back to where we were. Yeah, we are. Okay, so that is this week's show. I'm gonna try to do a regular Monday show talking about like comic book news of the week, comics that are coming out this week, what I'm planning to get, and just hang out and talk. I did put the link in my Burke Fam chat for anyone to join. Obviously, no one joined this week, but hopefully more people will join. We'll get Mike V added to the graphic. We'll get Birdo added to the graphic. But if you guys want to join the Burke Fam, click that join button below for just $1.99. You can support the channel. Hopefully, we do another giveaway soon. I need to hit up the 616comics.com about some more books to give away. So, like I said, I'm going to try to do a weekly show on Mondays. And then at some point, maybe we'll do like a monthly, like once a month, like show on Thursdays talking about Mike V mentioned it a while ago. Picking up like a story to read and our thoughts on it, like Kingdom Come. Mike V doesn't agree with this, but the Court of Owls story, my second favorite, maybe third favorite Batman story ever, he thinks it's too long. I feel like it was perfect, honestly, but maybe we can read it sometime and review it. So he wants to do like a monthly review show, and maybe we can do that on a Thursday coming up. I don't know. Let's see. But like I said, I'm going to try to do a Monday show every week starting this week. So we'll see what happens. It'll either be at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock Central going forward. So this week's show is at 9. We'll see what happens next week. But again, I'm Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics. Thanks everyone for watching. And as always,
go Cats!
Cowabunga! It's morphin' time!